was, and it was the one on the outskirts of that silo. So we'll see if anybody tries to maintain that high ground, as we do see Wizen lose themselves a matey with a Peacekeeper shot. Na'Vi find one target into another. Peacekeeper shot number 2 is actually going to try and get the thirst here, not unable to find this third target. And there it is.
Managed to take down the team who have been consistently placing well but not picking up kills. And for Wizen there, that's bad news. They haven't got the placement, they haven't got those kills, they will not be putting pressure onto those top teams. As now we move over to Samsung Morning Stars, who again are coming under all sorts of pressure, but somehow managing to eke out and stay alive.
15 seconds till the circle's going to close in, and they are very, very close here already to the outskirts. So they've bought themselves at most 5 seconds, it feels like. Gibraltar ultimate going down is likely going to limit that even more so. Portal is going to be available, but talking about portals, Na'Vi is going to be the first to drop theirs as Impulse makes his way over, decides to opt into the high ground. As we see, there's already a raid portal here, as it is a full-on party. Oh! He goes into the counter portal, he's out in the circle. No, he tries to go back, he gets baited. What's going to happen here?
I think that's a ballsy play, and he's going back through the portal now. The Watson's in front of him, he manages to land the shots. Na'Vi are still alive here. Who is going to win this fight for this position on the map? It's going to be Na'Vi.
Somehow they do it, but it is not over yet here. They have to get all the armor swaps as you see them transition there over to blue. Virtus Pro waiting in the wakes here on the absolute outskirts, chipping away with those wingmen to everyone who made that exact same transition on the other side there. First kill coming in for Taylor. Arcstar should be able to connect.
He does get the stick.
There it is. He gets the break. One more shot. I cannot believe he didn't get the knock, but things look good for Virtus Pro.
Yeah, VP, for the amount of time that they've had to transition across this map, are now in what I would describe as the prime position, overlooking that final circle, overlooking all of the teams desperately fighting in to rotate. They can comfortably pick up some easy kill points as they take down another player, this time Gamers Origin.
Near flawless.
Goodbye, Gamers Origin.
Double thermite going on to Gamers Origin. Taylor rips them apart, the 3-man wipe, but the low ground still being controlled there in that silo. Na'Vi with the second tier control. They find a flank 29 there into the Jibby. As we see the self-res shield, they're out in the outskirts. Find their way back through that portal. VP is the focus here for Na'Vi, as they have a purple armor if wanted for a swap along there with a blue.
They're looking here.
So we're just going to slow this down a bit as the action is starting to pick up. 28 seconds. I don't imagine there's going to be too many team fights being won and contested at this point. It's all about spotting a player out, doing some damage, and trying to catch people rotating towards that end circle.
VP, the fact that Taylor is out of wingman shots is pretty concerning. They're very, very low when it comes to that. Na'Vi actually already taking shots here, trying to hide underneath the stairwell. Only one alive, and I believe that maybe Na'Vi, Virtus Pro dishing out that damage. They're the ones, again, only with the 99. This has got to be all they have. They have a lot to rely on.
And Na'Vi have managed to take down Reciprocity while all of this fighting's been going on. So our second place team have been taken out of this final battle.
5 squads remain, and Virtus Pro waste no more time. The prep that they put in there with that zip line is actually the Gibraltar getting in front of those shots, eating some of the bullets, but that is completely the full wipe now onto Na'Vi. 4 squads here now remain as Pepega Squadron from the low ground have to find a way out.
Manages to burn one player here, can't quite get the thirst onto it. Na'Vi, last player going to be taken down, like you mentioned. 4 squads remaining. Pepega squad holding down this low ground, but you can see what we were talking about earlier. Now they only have that one escape point, and Wacko is still somehow alive here. It'd be interesting to see.
And that was the one on the outskirts. Somehow with the self-res, he is managed to keep himself alive. I don't think there's any way you can go for that self-res or he's inevitably dead, but the question is, does everyone else get too distracted?
How long can he stay alive, though? Can he stay alive long enough for other players to engage? Can he pop himself into a second place placement?
Rip it.
Just by hiding and staying alive.
Going outside this door. It's right behind the rock.
You hear him on the other side of the rock. They've identified it. Pepega Squadron want to try and make it happen. You see Forsaken moved over. He did take a tick of damage, now forcing him to get the syringe. They're going to get comfortable here. Look at that. Also, a Kraber picked up to deal with this fight into Virtus Pro. And ladies and gentlemen, there's still another squad somewhere here. We do have Reciprocity, the one member, but where's that fourth?
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if it's Luminosity Gaming, because they were the ones who were probably closest to a rotation from what we saw before. It's actually Fnatic EU, so this could be a huge, huge swing of a game as far as points are concerned here. Badoli, the last man alive for his squad. Virtus Pro, in my personal personal opinion, have the control of this end game.
Yeah, and it's going to be in that 35-second threshold when it really gets shown, and whether or not they are going to be able to close that out, because it will force that team here from the high ground.
Yeah, ziplines are set up here for VP as well if they want to traverse above that end circle. So they've got every single thing covered they can possibly want. The Watson ult down as well. Any grenades that are thrown up from that team below them, Papeka squad, are going to be swallowed up.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we're talking about. If you do maintain that high ground, you have to jump down, and that's where it gets questionable.
Is so smart. This is so smart.
You have to jump into those, and I personally feel like the low ground wins this 90% of the time. What are they going to do if they do jump down from that? Bubble down, 2 seconds, time's up. Let's go on set.
Round 7 then, ring closing. Virtus Pro set up, Arcstars at the ready. Here comes the push here from Papega squad.
Oh my god, where's the fucking...
Arcstars at the ready as well, and here comes the portal through. VP waiting for the last moment. They go in, they get the stick onto his own teammate to do the damage. VP are dropping, but they all drop at the same time.
Virtus Pro end up losing everybody there, and they full drop. I do believe that it was going to be Papega who ended up getting the shot through. But let's be honest here, no idea over that final collapse.
So many bodies piled up on top of each other. You can see it there, the amount of death boxes contained, and it's phenomenal to it! But
How did...
Yeah, team two just from behind. Oh my god, the Watson's still alive, right? 2 kills. Oh, 3 points.
Yeah,
Wait, they didn't even kill her.
No, they didn't. She's still alive.
What?
damn, dude.
How could a team push on us from that side?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they were just free.
They may have portaled, like, they could have portaled towards us, I guess.
No, they went like the house thing.
They just walked up, but how? No one shoot at them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess everyone was busy fighting. But, yeah. Damn. They were so free to push up behind us. That's crazy. I don't know. At least one team would freaking shoot them, you know? Maybe they TP'd as well. Like they were chilling in that building there, and then they TP'd towards us.
There was no
that's
TP.
the other team was not paying attention. Then I guess they just ran up straight to us without anyone shooting at them. It feels bad.
I at least thought that Fnatic is gonna push like through us, like getting the other position. But they just straight fucking pulled into us. So dumb. I think the building that Sanya ported into, they were there probably.
Yeah,
just
they were
checking.
there, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
And then they ran up to us. Yeah. Damn, dude. I mean, maybe I should have just checked behind like one of us, but then you know you're one man down on that side. But
We had to hold the other guys. I don't know. All the other teams shouldn't have let him go to us.
that is, yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess the other team.
Like there's like 3 teams on top. There were like 3 teams on top.
Yeah,
2 teams in the house. How can they just?
I guess I don't know. I guess they're busy fighting each other, and then LG were like, let's just push while we can, you know. Yeah, unlucky. I did so much damage to you guys that pushed us. better there is killing the team at 3 faster, so we can at least try and reset.
Yeah, but maybe there will be 2 teams, like one team on the left side of the chase, one team on the right side. They're like pushing together. Like just running into them, like we would be sandwiched and dead if you wouldn't know that.
Contact with target. Contact with hostile. Making contact with enemy.
What the hell, that flaging? Holy poop. You guys are freaking nuts. Holy poop.
With Virtus Pro, at least when it comes to the kills, oh my goodness, we got just PJ just got absolutely obliterated.
Na'Vi is still picking up kills here. They're getting downs onto Lager. Can they convert these into kills, though? One player is going to have to be revived here. Lazarus now holding down one of these buildings on the outside. That's going to be a nice Peacekeeper shot. 105 on the second one as well. Doesn't quite connect, but does connect with the third. Huge amount of damage done with a PK there by Kishera.
Yeah, that was a great second shot. Once he ended up getting the drop there, I believe it was like 109 through that secondary shot, was really the turn of that fight in favor of Lazarus here. But gear is definitely desired. And the fact that armor is so very low there, wondering if they're going to be able to pick up and change that pace off of any of the targets here.
Yeah, and the bad news here for VP is the fact that squads are dropping constantly around them. They need to get kill points on the board if they want to pull off the upset here. The more teams that fall, the less points that are available here for VP.
Lazarus is not out of the woodworks yet, though, as you see them just being chipped at here by anyone and everyone. Soar taking a low ground positioning here over the circle. A very different stance than we've seen some of the other teams. Eventually, we'll be able to have it make a transition. But for now, pretty cheeky positioning. Protato's the ones launching some of the bullets their way.
Save your Watson ult.
Yeah, we have to put it on top there then.
Contact with target.
So now the game really is slowing down as we approach
Down everyone.
the end of round 4. 23 seconds left. VP still in this game.
Checking the outskirts here first. Shots coming in from behind. Going to be a concern point knowing that they've been revealed.
Na'Vi now getting aggressive. 110 on that Peacekeeper shot and manages to get the elimination as well. Na'Vi once again, they seem like the team that are taking the initiative here as far as pushing in and taking control of things.
Very good when it comes to the kills as well. Gear looking great across the board. You do see this next circle indicating that they do have to make the rotation here out of the home that they have dominated for these past couple of seconds. Finding a Wraith Portal on the outskirts. Shot comes through with that triple take. Only going to lock 24 there. Watson generator. Should be an easy removal there. Big loss coming out from the other side if no ultimate accelerators available. This is actually one of the harder shots for the triple take, because unless you take the precision choke to build it up all the way, the odds of you actually hitting one of those with your 3 bullets and the pellets and being a global shotgun, if you will, really very high chance that you remove some of that damage.
So Lazarus now having to rotate in very, very late here, and you have to wonder if he's going to actually be able to make it in. It's going to be a rotation here from Virtus Pro as well, but look at the distance that they have to cover. In 44 seconds or so, they're going to have to make a huge push in towards that last circle. I just wonder here, if VP are going to try and hold the high ground for as long as possible.
I think they are.
Make that last second rotation, maybe drop a few grenades down, pick up some kills on teams trying to rotate, and they're going to look for those points that way.
I think that's where they're looking for it, and I can't help but feel like, to be honest, I think they're comfortable with second. It seems like they're just going to go with the placement, try and play their best game, and whatever happens, happens at this point. And it does seem, based on that positioning, it is determined that the high ground is going to be the play there for that. But Na'Vi is just unleashing here in our final game.
Yeah, more kills for Na'Vi. What a day they have had. If they could have repeated this yesterday, I think they probably would be top of our leaderboards. But unfortunately, you don't win Apex Legends games with just one day of action. You have to put it together consistently across every single game that you play. Problem for Na'Vi here, they've run into a Wild Virtus Pro who have held that high ground for as long as possible. Problem is now, with 18 seconds left, they have to get inside this circle. VP are falling, and they are not even falling to an opposition team. They have fallen to the circle.
And Noth is the last one to go down, and that is it here. Now 6 squads remain. Na'Vi showing that they are our kill leader, having the opportunity still to claim second place if they keep up this performance. But the loss of Claws, a major setback, only having themselves one person left here, picking up the banner and actually going out, but I don't think they're going to be able to pick that up. It's Brotatoes, of all the squads, holding their own.
Brotatoes, I believed in them from the start, and there's a reason that I believed in them. Maybe they will be the ones to close this game out and take home a win. 4 squads remaining now. Na'Vi still in the game as well. What a day they've had.
Yeah, they got the armor crack up above, dropped down, one more shot through, and there it is, going to be the kill. Shiv picking it up. 3 squads here now remain for the Brotatoes. Finding one more on the backside. Should be one shot.
The Brotatoes are heating up towards the end of this game. Na'Vi finally falling down. 2 squads remaining. Shiv, Anarchy, Carnage, what have you got left in the tank? Can you close it out?
How do you get to the high ground? That's the biggest thing. They just threw down, yes, the vertical zip, and that's a very straightforward way to be able to approach that part of the map. No Gibraltar to give you the shielding. This is very difficult to get that high ground, and you will die in this next rotation. 25 seconds. You have to make a play. You got all in.
The team on the other side of this, the only issue for them is there's only 2 players available, so a coordinated push here, potentially from the Brotatoes, might be their only way in. The question is, do they know? There's only 2 players up there. The Wraith has to go first here and hit that Q.
They also had an armor swap available.
There they go.
They also had an armor swap available, and one of them actually missed the initial drop. Grenades coming out across the board. Arcstars end up connecting all over the place here. Shiv cannot see anything. He is going to be snap knocked here.
Yes, he is. He goes down, and it is going to be the team on the high ground who are managing to hold things down. And
it's
Alliance who are doing the damage. Zip up to the top. 2 players still manage to do it, and Alliance do hold on. The push from the Brotatoes isn't enough, and the high ground is the deciding factor in our final game. But bigger picture here, I believe that Luminosity will be our champions.
I do believe so there, due to the lack of success in that mid-game when it comes to the kills on behalf of Virtus Pro with the lack of placement there, and Reciprocity ended up struggling there. But what an interesting outcome of what could have kind of happened through that game.
People thought I was crazy, right, with the Brotatoes pick early on? Just saying. Sorry to bring that back, but, you know.
Tell us how you really feel, Onset. On a scale of 1 to Brotato, how much are you in love right now?
Look, my head looks like a potato. That's why I picked them, okay? On the Brotato. That's why I got that thing going on with them, you understand? But enough about me, enough about them. Congratulations, of course, of making it that far in that final game, but it's all about Luminosity. Consistency, once again, in Apex Legends, showing to be the recipe for success.
Yeah, and it's such a beautiful tale. We already talked about it a little bit on where they came from, where they are today, and to give, I mean, this is absolutely that moment of validation for the effort and hustle that they have been putting in here so far, and it is a bit of a Cinderella story, honestly. It's a little touching to see them show that much growth and strength and let it pay off.
Yeah, it's been 3 players, like we mentioned beforehand, we knew nothing about. They announced themselves in Poland, and now they can finally call themselves a champion. Congratulations to Luminosity Gaming. We're going to throw it back